So, hello everyone. Welcome to Fashionably Conscious. I'm Isabella.
And I'm Aitana. And today's topic is going to be about internships and how that tied in with our post grad life, which then led to applying to jobs in our first jobs. Yeah, our first job. So we kind of want to share this experience because we believe that it's going to benefit a lot of recent graduates. You know, unfortunately, sometimes college promises you more than they actually mean. And
Yeah.
I think that it's important to graduate from college and be aware of what to expect, because it's not just rainbows and butterflies. It's not, luxurious and like fashionable. There's, dark secrets in the industry. And apparently we all have to pay our dues. So hopefully this helps. Our experiences can show you what we have to go through to get a job in the fashion industry. And at the end, I want to actually add to how that affects how you're how buying clothes and buying clothes that are cheap is essentially don't help workers in the fashion industry, whether it's garment workers or people like us who want to get paid a certain wage, but we won't because the industry is so, what's that word? So cheap. So
Yeah, the inside of the industry is like really cheap, and there's only very few people that actually, make it big and make the big bucks.
mhm.
What
And
we
even as assistant designers, it's hard to get a decent, well-paying job. But yeah, I don't know. I know that Isabella has probably the most roller coaster experience. However, I do want to point out that Isabella was one of the most hardworking people in college. During her last year, I mean, you can continue after during your last year, you only had one class to take, I remember, right?
Yeah. So, basically, I interned like all through college. I had like, I don't know, maybe like five, six internships. Um, in the beginning, I wanted to be like a fashion stylist slash celebrity stylist, and I did a couple internships in styling with this like pretty well known celebrity stylist. Has styled Lupita Nyong'o. She has styled Wonder Woman. What's her name? Gal Gadot. I'm gonna add a picture in the video, but yeah, I'm not gonna say her name, but it was probably the worst internship of my life. And just a lot of internships in general in the fashion industry. They're not. Most of them are kind of just like running errands. Yeah, running errands, and I really just wanted to learn. I wanted to like actually like expand my knowledge and learn. I felt like most of the internships would just make you run errands, and I don't know, some people will say that's how the industry works. That's what you have to do before you could actually become a stylist yourself. But this particular internship I did for basically I think just like a month because it was so bad. I like quit after that. But clothes. Um, yeah, go to different celebrity houses. Like, I met some cool people. Um, yeah, just drop off clothes basically in my car all day. And I was like, this is not what I thought I was going to sign up for. And then the thing that like really did it for me, there was like two instances where the celebrity stylist had like clients come into the office, and she like made us go hide in the closet until celebrities had left. And it was like the room. It was probably like it wasn't really like a typical closet. It was like a room that they used as a closet. So there was like clothes filling up the room like in all corners, and it was just so hot in there because of all the clothes that were in there, and like the ventilation wouldn't really go through. And I was
Wait,
like,
this was an actual thing that happened to you?
yeah,
So, like, there was a celebrity, and then she told you go into the back room and hide? Oh
yeah,
my god.
bathroom in there. We had a bathroom, but like we had no food, no water, really, besides like one water bottle. And she was like, "Oh, don't come out until they leave." And it was so hot in there. It was so stuffy because of all the clothes. Like literally, the room was just packed with clothes. They had AC, but it was just so like stuffy because of everything that was in the room.
How many of you were in that room? And how long do you think you guys were in there for?
We have 4 interns, and we were in there for maybe a good 2 hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, we're not even allowed to leave the room. And it's like so freaking hot in here. So like that was one instance that was really bad. And then another instance, we went to the celebrity's house in the Hollywood Hills. Mind you, it was like September, like the end of summer. It was probably like 100 degrees that day. And I think there was like 3 or 4 interns, and we all packed our car with clothes and shoes. This particular like celebrity didn't want to come into the office, so we had to go to her house. For she needed like 10 outfits for different fittings. I think she was going to be like on the Jimmy Kimmel show. She had like a premiere. So basically, we are just getting all her outfits ready and bring a lot of options. That's just how it works. So basically, we brought like 10 racks of clothes. We brought like 10, like maybe 2, 3 big suitcases of shoes. And all the interns like helped set everything up in this celebrity's home. And then when we were done setting everything up, the stylist was like, "You guys could go wait outside in your car." And the celebrity, nothing against her, she was super nice. She's like, "Oh, you guys could wait in my living room, no worries." But no, this celebrity stylist was like, "You guys could go wait outside." And it was like 100 degrees. And then we were texting her assistant, like, "Is it okay if we go wait, like, at a Starbucks or something? We'll be back when you need us to pick up the clothes." She was like, "Oh, no. It's going to take maybe, like, 20 more minutes. We're almost done." 20 minutes turned into, like, 2 hours. We were, like, in the heat, no water, like, very little water, no food. And then there was, like, a point where I was, like, I had told him before, like, I have to leave before 4 because I had work that day, like, at 5. So I was like, you know what, I just have to go. So I ended up leaving, and then I like wrote him an email, and I was like, I'm sorry, like I can't keep doing this. Like there's like yeah, there's things we have to do as like interns, but there's also a point where it's like I don't even think that I think this is like borderline illegal. We have like no break. We're like in the super hot, like summer heat. Like it was just horrible. And yeah, I'm not gonna say her name because she's pretty big up there. I don't know,
But
but
if you know me personally, I want to be like, "Hey, Tana, I heard it. Let me know who she's talking about. What
like
celebrity was this? What stylist was this?"
has styled Common. She has styled Lupita Nyong'o. She has styled God's Galat. She has styled Wyona Ryder. So if you, I'm sure you could find her, but no names. But yeah, that was just like a horrible, horrible like experience. And actually one of the interns, she had her AC on like for so long, I guess her like car died, and like they didn't give her anything for that. Like she had to call like AAA or something. I mean, and then yeah, I did that for a little bit, and then that was it. And then I was like, I never want to be a stylist again. But I just don't know if it was like my bad experience. I'm sure it's different for everyone, but I just don't want to be like running around doing errands for other people. So basically, that was the end of that. And then we also had another class where we had to do like, it was like the stupidest class. You remember we had to do like a retail job?
Yeah, so we have to take a course on retail, on like how does a retail store work. I mean, there's certain things that I will say that I learned, like the different forms of like merchandising, the different forms of
Yeah,
retail. Like I appreciate like how to set up a store so you can sell more, how to, people put the sell
yeah, but
items in a
they
very.
like job basically for that class in retail, which I like totally was opposed to. I already had a job, but the instructor said that my job didn't count. So I had to get another job for the stupid class. Basically, it was just like an unpaid internship where I would go help this lady at her boutique. Um, and I mean, I did learn some things there, and then sometimes like I had to do some questionable things as well, but I guess that's part of it.
Well, didn't you have to clean a fridge once?
Yeah, I had to like clean our fridge once, which was like,
Dude, see, that's wrong. Like, I don't know how people could, and I'm that's why I'm very thankful right now, and I that people are very much trying to advocate for interns getting paid. You're basically working for free. It's
yeah,
ridiculous. Like, yeah.
like I get like running errands is sometimes part of it. Like sometimes she had to do that for herself. Like, so if it's like something she does for her business, of course I don't mind. That's part of the learning. And a lot of times, like I would be on my laptop, like creating signs or things like that for her shop, which was fine. But yeah, just a couple of times she made me do some like stupid shit that I didn't want to do. Um, and then after that, I had an internship at Fabletics, and I think that was like probably like my best internship that I got during my college career. I definitely learned a lot, and I was like definitely doing basically like what the social media team was doing. The internship was in social media, so I worked like really closely with them, and basically like I was doing everything they were doing, and I really learned a lot. And I learned about the different programs that they were using to post and to keep track of engagement. Like I would do PowerPoints. So that internship, like I really learned a lot, and I'm really grateful for the internship. It was unpaid, but I mean that's just most internships nowadays. Like honestly,
And that's the
so
thing, like they're unpaid internships, but see, sometimes internships like that are actually beneficial
mhm.
because for someone to teach you
Yeah,
the works.
yeah. And that one, like honestly, I didn't mind that it was unpaid just because I learned so much, and they were super nice. Like they would give me free clothes all the time. Like they would have samples of clothing. It was at Fabletics. I don't know if I mentioned that. So this
Yeah.
internship was at Fabletics. So they would like give us clothes. They were super nice. So like I definitely love that internship, and sometimes it's not just like getting paid, but just like knowing that like they appreciate what you're doing. So I definitely felt that there. Um, and then like my last senior internship, because even though I had like 5 of the internships prior to graduation, they wanted us to have like one last final internship during like this month, during these like 3 months of the semester. So it was just honestly that was like a dumb class too. I had to pay like much money for that one class, but basically you're paying money to go work for free. But that's something else that like schools really need to look into, which sucks. But yeah, so my last internship was at like this luxury women's brand in downtown LA. They like things there were pretty expensive, like $500 dress and upwards. So and that internship like sucked.
Why would
I
you say
was
that?
for like the owner. I was yeah, I was like setting things up for fittings, which that was fine. I didn't mind that. Setting things up for market week. They were doing market week. That stuff like that, like I don't mind, but like don't send me out like to do errands. Like I would go do errands, like drop off things at the post office, pick up lunch, like am I getting lunch?
Would
No.
they buy you lunch?
They bought me lunch once when I went to go get lunch, but that was because it was like a photo shoot and they bought everyone lunch. But like, uh, but when I would go get like the owner's lunch, like no, that was just for her and her husband. Um, and yeah,
Oh
like
my god,
like
how annoying.
the thing
Oh.
annoyed me most is like she had a personal assistant. So why are you making me do things that your personal assistant can do? And like this does not benefit my learning like at all. What am I gonna learn at? Like going to go get your lunch. And I wrote that like in the class because we had to like summarize what we learned, and I would write like I did not learn anything. I had to go get lunch for the owner.
Was
And
it? What would Dr. Marshall?
I was
Would she ever read it?
she would like give me full points, but she would like not make comments. And I was like, this is BS. Like, and like a lot of times I had to like go to like different stores. Like they needed like trimmings, or they needed like buttons or fabric. Um they needed to repair the laptop. So there I would go basically driving around just getting things fixed. That's basically the majority of what I would do at this internship. And yeah, like I think I would have stayed a little longer, but I did like the minimum amount required of hours just because I was like, I'm not learning anything, like this is BS. So yeah, and I really wanted, like I had a lot of experience, so I really wanted to have like an actual job at this point, somewhere where I was like actually getting paid. Um and I just didn't see myself growing with that company. Like it was just like a weird environment. Like people were not all that friendly. Yeah, like some of the designers are like so like rude, but whatever.
Why
Like
is it such? It's so sad that it's such a rude industry. Like it breaks my heart because it's like there's no hope sometimes.
and I like talk back. I'm like, if you're gonna give me an attitude, I'm gonna give you an attitude back.
Do
Like
you to the people who give you internships?
this lady, like the one that was mostly giving me an attitude, like she wasn't like my boss. She was it was just really unorganized. Like so it was like the main manager that like we would go to. And then if she didn't have anything for us to do, she would be like, "Oh, go around the office and ask if anyone needs help." Like, how unorganized is that? So we go like person to person in this office and be like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you need help?" Most of the time, like they didn't have anything for me to do except like steam clothes. And then like one time, this designer wanted me to go get something, and she was like giving me attitude, and I was like, "What is wrong with you? Like, I'm gonna go get this for you. You're being rude." Like, so yeah, I don't know. She was weird, so I didn't want to stay there at all. And when I was done with my hours, I was like done. I'm like, I'm not coming back here. I don't want
Yeah.
to. They were like hiring like right after, like I graduated. I was like, yeah, I do not want to work here. Like I didn't even apply.
I wonder what they were playing. Yeah, but yeah, your experiences with the internships. Did internships suck? I remember I did only one, and I did it with Rohini. I remember I got her internship. I was working at Joanne's fabric store, and she was telling me that she was an Indian store and she always needed help. And I was like, "Do you need an intern?" And she gave me her card, and I called her. Oh my god! And she interviewed me. I was so nervous for the interview, dude. Oh my god! I remember. And now Rohini and I are like really good friends.
Rohini's really sweet. I mean, I'm sure like you had to do some questionable things as well, but she's a nice lady overall.
She is, and like I learned. I think what, but I think, and she was very against people working for free, so she would always give me cash money. So that's when I ended up quitting
Oh,
Joanne's and just working for Rohini with cash. But yeah, like I mean, I did do a lot
yeah.
of the fashion shows. There was fashion shows every week.
I mean, she had the fashion shows, which I went to help out a couple times. She had like the store, the fittings. Like I feel like running a store is so much. Plus, she had the fashion show, so I think you got like a lot of really good experience while you were there.
Definitely, and it was good because I used it for my classes, so it was kind of two stones. But like, I think I just did the what I had to do when I was in college. I did what I had to do. I was still taking the full-time classes. I honestly, if I could go back, I would just apply to any internship and like and put myself in uncomfortable situations. Like, I know some people got some really great internships. Whether it was like I know one of the girls in design got an internship with a denim company, and she now works for them. There was another two girls who did a lot of editing and stuff for another fashion company here in Cyprus. Do you know the name of that company?
No. Is
I don't know what
it like Revolve?
it wasn't Revolve, but they had a really good internship. But yeah, like I'm happy that they got really good. It's honestly just it's a raffle. It's all about what you get. And that sometimes when you're a student, you just don't want to keep losing time, and you need these credits. So obviously, you're going to be applying to this kind of internships. But if I had to change something, it would be that. But I think working, I don't know. I've always been. I like to say I've always been lucky to like to have had okay experiences in the industry. I don't know, like that's just my biggest thing. Apply and don't be scared. And I hate the portfolio. Like I don't have a portfolio yet. And that's something that I should be concerned about because I'm getting a lot of experience. However, portfolios are important, and sometimes you don't know what people expect from a portfolio. You know?
I think having like anything with your past work is good. Just so they could see like what you've done. Even if it's like adding a link to something that you contributed on their website, I think that's good. Just so like when you are applying for jobs, they know like what you're capable of doing, like what your skills are. Because it's different like when you say like, oh, I know Photoshop versus like I did this, you know. So just so they could like visualize and see what you've done. I think that helps a lot when applying to jobs.
Yeah, a lot of if you're doing design, a lot of it's good to have examples of tech packs, flat sketches. A lot of like have 2 pages dedicated to like a variety of flat sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So even if you're a college student, put your flat sketches on a page. Like I think that's
And even like
probably
projects, I think are fine for your portfolio. That's all the experience you have so far. Like that's fine. Like put that in your portfolio.
yeah, anything like that. And it's good to do things. Like, it's good to build a portfolio. Our whole degree, our whole industry is based on what can you do, how pretty can you do it, what's your type of visual
And
aesthetic.
yeah, especially for design majors, merchandising. I haven't found that most like some places ask for a portfolio, some don't. So it just like depends exactly what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Internships, I mean, you can see already. Isabella had like the weird internships. I still talk to the lady who gave me the internship. Like we're very close. I visit her, and like to me, she's like an aunt. She really is
Yeah,
like an aunt to me.
I've
But
met her.
yeah. So I mean, so anyways, thank you everybody for listening to our little rants about the industry. Isabella, do you have anything to say?
Just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to watch our next video on our first post-grad jobs.